The act of sprinkling salt on your front door, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, symbolizes purification and protection, creating a sacred space where positive energy can flow. In this video, we'll explore not only the deep meanings of this practice, but also how it can help you release negative energies and attract prosperity and peace. Get ready to discover signs of transformation and the teachings that can light your path. I'm Dory. On our channel, we explore Buddhist practices and rituals that help cultivate inner peace, compassion, and wisdom. Join us to learn and listen to profound teachings and discover how to apply Buddhist philosophy in your daily life. Subscribe to the channel and transform your spiritual journey. Have you ever noticed how small everyday gestures can have a profound impact on our lives? The act of sprinkling salt on the door is a practice that dates back to ancient traditions, including Buddhist wisdom. In many cultures, salt is seen as a symbol of purification. When we place salt at the entrance to our home, we are, in a way, creating a subtle barrier against the negative energies that might affect us. This practice is not only physical, but also spiritual, as it invites us to reflect on what we want to welcome into our lives. Salt, a natural element, represents preservation and transformation. Just as it can preserve food, it can also remind us of the importance of preserving our inner peace. By sprinkling it on the door, we are making a conscious act of protection, but more than that, we are creating a sacred space. It's as if we are telling the universe that we want only positive energy to enter our home. This intention is powerful. When we can focus on a clear intention, we open the way for prosperity and peace to flow. The practice of salt also teaches us to let go of what no longer serves us. By sprinkling it, we visualize negative energies dissipating, just as water evaporates when it comes into contact with salt. This purification is an invitation to look inside ourselves and recognize what we need to release: fears, insecurities, resentments. These heavy energies can hold us back, but by taking simple actions, such as sprinkling salt, we are symbolically freeing ourselves. It's a reminder that we have the power to transform our reality through conscious and meaningful action. Now let's talk about how this practice can help us attract prosperity. Prosperity, in the Buddhist context, goes beyond material wealth. It encompasses abundance in all areas of life: love, friendship, health, and inner peace. When we create a clean and protected environment, we make room for these blessings to enter. Salt, therefore, is not just a physical element. It is a symbol of our willingness to receive all that is good. By sprinkling it, we are sending a message to the universe that we are ready to welcome what makes us grow and flourish. Understanding this connection between our actions and the world around us is fundamental to our spiritual development. Every gesture, no matter how small, carries with it an energy. When we perform the act of sprinkling salt with awareness, we are attuning our intention to the flow of life. We can visualize each grain of salt as a blessing that manifests itself in our existence. This simple gesture teaches us that transformation doesn't have to be grandiose. It can start with small steps. Thus, by connecting with these practices, we become co-creators of our own reality, attracting what is best and highest. Salt in many cultures is seen as a purifying element. In the Buddhist context, this practice of sprinkling salt on the door transcends the physical act and becomes a ritual of intention. Each grain of salt represents a word of love, a prayer for protection, and an affirmation that we are open to receiving the blessings of the universe. When performing this action, it is essential to be present, aware of the moment and the energy we are invoking. When we sprinkle salt, we are actually creating a sacred space. This ritual is not limited to physical protection, but also acts on a spiritual level. By driving away negative energies, we create an environment where peace and prosperity can flourish. It's as if we were cleansing not only the physical space, but also our minds and hearts. Intention is what gives life to this practice. As we do this, It is important that our thoughts are aligned with the peace we wish to cultivate. This is a moment of connection with our inner self and with the universe. In addition, the practice of salt also teaches us about impermanence. Salt can dissolve in water, just as challenging situations in our lives are also fleeting. By understanding this, we can learn not to cling to what no longer serves us. It's a reminder that, just as salt can be scattered and then removed, our difficulties can also be left behind. Transformation begins within ourselves. By purifying our space, we are at the same time purifying our intentions and our hearts. When we talk about attracting prosperity, it's important to remember that it's not just about material goods. Prosperity is also about healthy relationships, spiritual growth, and a deep sense of well-being. By creating a sacred space through salt, we are opening ourselves up to receive all these forms of abundance. The energy we emanate, fueled by our intentions and spiritual practices, is what really attracts the blessings we seek. The practice of sprinkling salt may be a simple gesture, but it carries deep meaning. Each time we perform this action, we can pause and reflect on what we really want in our lives. What thoughts or feelings are we ready to let go of? What do we want to cultivate? This practice invites us to be aware of our internal and external state, promoting a harmony that resonates in all areas of our lives. The energy we create when performing this ritual is contagious. When we take care of our space and protect ourselves from negative influences, we also become beacons of light for others. The transformation not only takes place within us, but also radiates out to those around us. The simple act of sprinkling salt can be an invitation for friends and family to join us on our journeys of transformation, creating a cycle of love and protection that expands and strengthens. In this way, each grain of salt becomes a symbol of our intention to live a life full of meaning, love, and compassion. May we always remember that in every small action lies the potential for great transformations. When we talk about the importance of purification and protection in our lives, it is essential to understand that within Buddhist philosophy, every small act has a profound meaning. Salt, for example, is a symbol of cleansing and protection. By sprinkling salt on your front door, you are creating a sacred space, a threshold that separates the outside world, with its disturbances and negativity, from your sacred home, a haven of peace and tranquility. This practice is not just limited to the physical act of throwing salt. It is a ritual that involves intention and awareness. Intention is the key. When you perform this action, do it with a clear mind and an open heart. Visualize that you are not only protecting your space, but also clearing out the dense energies that may have accumulated over time. Each grain of salt that touches the ground represents your determination to create an environment of harmony and balance. The practice teaches us that just as salt dissolves impurities, our conscious actions can dissipate the negative energies we absorb on our journey. In addition, this practice invites us to reflect on how we deal with the energies around us. In our daily lives, we often come across situations that can destabilize us. By adopting simple rituals, such as sprinkling salt, we are actually cultivating a mindset of protection and self-care. The practice reminds us of impermanence. Just as salt dissolves and transforms, our lives are constantly changing. By accepting this, we find freedom. We shouldn't fear transformations, but embrace them. Each change brings with it the opportunity for growth and evolution. So when you sprinkle salt, be aware that you are symbolizing acceptance of impermanence and openness to the new. These simple rituals, like sprinkling salt, become powerful reminders that we have control over our lives. Through them, we can create a space of healing, protection, and prosperity, aligning ourselves with the wisdom of the universe and allowing positive energy to flow freely. A simple practice, such as sprinkling salt on the door, invites us to reflect on the importance of creating a sacred space in our lives. The Buddhist tradition teaches us that the environment in which we live influences our mental and emotional state. When you sprinkle salt, You are actually establishing a barrier that protects your home from unwanted energies. This action is a reminder that we must be intentional in how we take care of our space, just as we take care of our mind and heart. Purification of the environment is an extension of internal purification. Just as salt absorbs moisture, we must be able to absorb and release the impurities of our daily experiences. Salt, in its essence, is a symbol of preservation and transformation. It teaches us that, no matter how challenging the situation, there is always the possibility of renewal. By creating a space free of negativity, we allow light and peace to enter our lives. It is important that this practice is not seen as mere superstition, but as a ritual of awareness. By sprinkling salt, you can focus on your breathing and your intentions. Ask yourself, what do I want to cultivate in my home? What feelings and thoughts do I want to let go of? By doing this, you are not only protecting your physical space, but also creating an environment conducive to spiritual growth. The energy that moves through our space reflects the energy we have inside us. Therefore, by taking care of the environment around us, we are also taking care of our own energy. Think about how you can make your home a place that resonates with love, compassion, and serenity. This can include choosing objects that bring joy, organizing the space in a harmonious way, or even growing plants that symbolize life and prosperity. When you dedicate yourself to this practice, you also begin to notice changes in your life. The protection you create extends beyond the walls of your home. Your mind becomes clearer, your emotions more balanced, and your ability to love and connect with others expands. You become a beacon of light, attracting not only well-being for yourself, but also for those around you. The prosperity and peace we seek begin with small actions. Every gesture of care you make becomes a seed that blossoms in your life. The space you inhabit should be a reflection of who you want to be. By infusing your environment with positive intentions, you not only transform your home, but also the way you interact with the world. In moments of doubt or stress, remember that you can always return to this practice. The simple act of sprinkling salt on the door becomes a ritual of returning to your essence, a reminder that you have the power to create a sacred and protected space where transformation and peace can thrive. This is the beauty of simplicity, where small actions connect us to a greater path of wisdom and compassion. The next step is to embrace this practice and allow it to become part of your daily life. By doing so, you not only transform your space, but also your being, aligning yourself with the universal energy that unites us all. When we talk about the act of sprinkling salt on the door, we are connecting to a practice that refers to the deep symbolism of purification and protection. In Buddhism, the idea of purification is central to our spiritual journey. Just as water cleanses visible dirt, salt, in many traditions, is seen as a purifying agent that acts on the subtle energies that surround us. Ancient wisdom teaches us that by performing this simple action, we are actually creating a sacred space, capable of filtering the energies that enter our homes. The energy that surrounds us is an extension of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When we sprinkle salt, we are intentionally setting limits on what we allow into our sacred space. This practice invites us to reflect on what we really want to welcome into our lives. Through salt, we are not only protecting our home, but also raising our awareness of the importance of maintaining an environment that resonates with peace, love, and harmony. Salt also symbolizes the wisdom that is acquired through experience. Just as the sea is salty due to the process of evaporation and condensation, our lives are seasoned by the experiences we have lived. By sprinkling salt, we can remember that every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth. This simple act invites us to accept life's imperfections and learn from them, transforming them into wisdom. Releasing negative energies is a common desire among all of us. We often carry emotional burdens that don't belong to us, the result of past experiences or external influences. Salt, in this context, acts as a catalyst, helping to dissipate these energies that prevent us from moving forward. By creating a clean space free of negativity, we can open our minds and hearts to new possibilities. Furthermore, the practice of sprinkling salt is not just a physical action, but also a meditation in movement. When we do it, we can focus on our intentions, visualizing the purification and protection we desire. This connects us with the present moment, an essential practice in Buddhism, which teaches us to live each moment to the full. Meditation, even in everyday actions, is a powerful way of cultivating mindfulness and gratitude. When attracting prosperity and peace through this practice, it is vital to remember that true prosperity is not limited to material goods. Prosperity, in its purest essence, is a state of mind. It is the recognition that we are enough and that life offers us abundance in many forms. When we create an environment conducive to this, we are essentially aligning our intentions with the universal laws that govern life. As you explore this practice in your daily life, remember the importance of keeping an open mind and a receptive heart. Observe the changes that begin to take place within and around you. The transformation may be subtle, but every small step you take towards purification and protection is a step towards a more harmonious and meaningful life. Allow the wisdom of salt to guide you, and let each grain become a reminder of your potential for transformation and growth. When we talk about the practice of sprinkling salt on the door, it's important to understand that this action, although simple, carries a deep meaning in Buddhist philosophy. In various cultures and traditions, salt is seen as a purifying element. It has the ability to absorb impurities and create barriers that protect what is sacred. By sprinkling salt at the entrance to your home, you are symbolically creating a safe space where negative energy cannot penetrate. In the Buddhist tradition, purification is a vital concept. The practice of purifying our surroundings reflects the internal purification we seek in our minds and hearts. Just as we clean our physical space, we must also clean our thoughts and emotions. The salt on the door serves as a constant reminder that protection and purification should be daily, not just an occasional act. By ritualizing this, we are committing ourselves to keeping our mind and home free from negative influences. In addition, salt acts as a symbol of abundance. It has historically been associated with prosperity and wealth. By creating a sacred and protected space, you are also opening the door to opportunities and the flow of positive energy in your life. Prosperity refers not only to the material aspect, but also to health, love, and happiness. Each grain of salt becomes an invitation to abundance, a reminder that we deserve the best that life can offer. It's important to remember that, when carrying out this practice, you must be mindful of your intention. In Buddhism, intention is the driving force behind all our actions. When you sprinkle salt on the door, do so with the clear intention of protecting your space and attracting the best. This intention becomes a silent prayer, a meditation that reverberates in the universe. Each time you make this gesture, you are reaffirming your commitment to peace and harmony in your life. In addition to the symbolic aspect, this practice can also be a form of mindfulness. By sprinkling salt, you connect with the present moment, bringing your attention to the action you are performing. This is fundamental in Buddhist practice, where being present is the key to true understanding and tranquility. By incorporating this little ritual into your daily life, you develop a greater awareness of your surroundings and your own emotions. Finally, the practice of sprinkling salt on the door teaches us about the interconnection between ourselves and the world around us. Every action, no matter how small, has an impact. By creating a protected and sacred space, you not only take care of yourself, but also positively influence those who share that space with you. The love and protection you cultivate in your home expands, touching the lives of others and creating a network of positive energy. These small acts of care and intention can, in fact, initiate major transformations in our lives. The practice of sprinkling salt on the door is not just a ritual, it is an invitation to transformation, protection, and prosperity. It is a way of living with wisdom, awareness, and love, both for ourselves and for the world around us.